Hey gamers, if you think you know when certain people lived, died, or how long their life was, then you want to check out Deadlines. Let's take a look at how this game plays. In this game, players are trying to organize the different character cards by date of birth, lifespan, or date of death, depending on what column they're choosing to put them in. And they want to have the least penalty points at the end of the game, therefore the least questions that they've answered wrong, in order to win. On a player's turn, they will choose one of the available top cards, and before looking at the back of it, they'll choose if they want to put it in the date of birth, lifespan, or date of death column, and then choose if it's going to go before, after, or potentially in between other cards. So maybe I'm going to choose Marilyn Monroe here, and I think that she had a shorter lifespan than 56 years than Abraham Lincoln here. And then if you choose a black card, you also have the opportunity to guess a keyword that's on the back based on how you think that they died. And if you get that keyword right, you also get a reward. So I am going to say that she was younger than Abraham Lincoln when she died, so lifespan shorter than 56 years. And then for the keywords, I'm going to guess that she died of an overdose. Then I would flip the card over to check if I'm correct. I am correct in that she was only 36 years old when she died, and I did get that keyword correctly. So this would go into that line, and then I would get a reward where I could either get rid of one of my penalty cards that I've already gained, or I could give a penalty card to somebody else. You don't get that reward if you don't place the card correctly, however. Then player would pass. So let's say the next player takes King Charles I, and they think that he died before Michelangelo, so before 1564. Oh, they flipped that over, and that is incorrect. He died in 1649, which would have been after that, so that one's not going to get placed. Instead, that player would take this card as a penalty card. Players will play around the table until there are 12 cards in each column. Every time that there is 12 in a column, they will flip over that card to signify that that column is closed. And then whoever has the least penalty points will win. Players can also play variants where there are only 8 in each column. They can play until players have a certain number of cards and get knocked out if they have too many penalty cards. They can also play cooperatively. There's a couple different variants to kind of change up gameplay, but in general, the gameplay is going to be placing those cards for a certain amount of time, and whoever does the best will win. If you've ever played Timeline, this feels really similar to that, but instead of that is usually like big events that have happened in history, this is very specific in that you're looking at people's date of birth, lifespan, date of death. So if you have a more focused skill set in trivia like that, this might be pretty good for you. They're going to be really big names for the most part. There was very few I didn't recognize in here, so I think that that's really helpful in people knowing at least a general sense of kind of when people lived and died, which makes it pretty approachable for a wide age range, which I like. But it still is trivia. It still is having certain knowledge. Like, some people are going to know certain characters, celebrities better than others because they just, are a fan of them. So there's definitely that kind of nuance to it a little bit. I did think that the game went on a little bit too long at the basic level. If you're doing the full 12 and you don't have any variants for like people getting knocked out or anything, the full 12 in each column, 36 cards, it's a lot, pretty much no matter how many people you're playing with. It just feels really, really long, kind of drags on. I did have some people say, we should just kind of end it here. We should just kind of finish this round and then call it. So I definitely think I would opt for the 8 cards in each column instead, a little bit shorter, or doing where people are knocked out if they have too many penalty cards. Although I don't love that as much because player elimination is never super fun, especially depending on how long the rest of the game takes. If you get knocked out early, you're going to be sitting there for a while. So I think the 8 cards in each column is probably the way to go. I also think that the cooperative version works really well because you're kind of working together, trying not to get penalties as a team, and just kind of saying like, oh, I think I know this character really well, I know this person really well, so I'm going to kind of take it upon myself to do that one, but maybe the next card's going to have to be somebody else. So overall, it is a fun little kind of trivia game on a very specific subject, but if you like this kind of thing, then you'll probably like this game. But you can check my full thoughts on the blog today to decide if this one's for you.